Hi, my name's Laurie, DR Sports. With me, I've got James from Spurs Related. After the game, bit of post-match stuff. So, James, going to ask you, what's your thoughts on the game?
Listen, it's difficult. It's difficult to take 2-1. We didn't really wake up to the second half. It's typical Tottenham, really. We only seem to turn up in the second half at the moment, which is frustrating. But I feel like it's how Conte's taught the players. Sit back, conserve your energy for the second half. But listen, Liverpool did their job in the first half. They really did. Second half, we obviously hit the bar. First half, we hit the post. Missed a couple of really close chances, but at the end of the day, it's annoying to come away with 0 points, really.
Yeah, your assessment's pretty spot on. I remember during the game you were saying, actually it was before the game you said that we tend to start slow, and I think that's pretty much what we saw. The substitutions made a big difference, but why do you think you're starting games that slow? Why is that?
I feel like Conte tells the players to sit back and let teams come onto them, conserve the energy for the second half, so we've got more chance of creating space and really attacking tired defences. But I think sometimes the substitutions today, I can't complain too much. Kulusevski made a great impact, but again, you'd probably like him to start a game. Maybe could have brought Brian Hill or Lucas on maybe a little bit earlier. I feel like they kind of create a lot of chances by the sheer pace injection, really. But it's difficult, isn't it? When Liverpool, they were up against it second half, but you never really felt like our second goal was coming, just because Liverpool they have that resilience, and although they haven't been at their best, Liverpool still really did cruise to victory in the end. A couple of big chances missed by Spurs, but it's just difficult when Kane's so isolated. He drops back into the midfield, and then we're almost playing a 5-5 formation. There's no one up front, so it's very difficult to take. But listen, we're onwards. We're through in the Champions League, Premier League. The main goal is top four, obviously, but let's see how it goes.
Well, you're still in the top four, but Newcastle won today. They've gone into third place. Do you think it's a top four place is realistic this season?
I think it's realistic, but I think there's just more teams that can get top four this season. You've got obviously Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City are clearly going to get it, and then you've also got Newcastle in the mix as well. There's 6-7 teams that can get top four quite easily, and with Tottenham progressing in the Champions League and our squad not being very, we've got a not very good squad depth. That then, you see a couple of injuries, Tottenham start to struggle. So I don't know. It depends how far we get in the Champions League. Also in the Carabao Cup, which we're playing next week. So all these club competitions, all these cup competitions, you never know how much fitness the players have. Obviously the World Cup, we don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if players are going to get injured, but I think we can still get top four. I'm trying to be positive at the moment, but realistically, I think we can do it. We didn't play amazing last season until the end, and we clinched top four. But Newcastle, you're right to start with. They were fantastic at the moment. And
just want to ask you one last thing. You talked about squad depth there during the watch along. We were talking a little bit about, more than a little bit about Emerson Royal. And the questions being asked is, why can't Jed Spence get a look in? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Jed Spence wasn't even on the bench today. I don't know what's going on there. He brings on Matt Doherty as his second choice. I think Jed Spence, we signed him this summer, I think £20-25 million. It was very much a club signing for the future, not really a Conte signing. As we know, Conte likes players born ready to play in their late 20s, the likes of Kane and Son, the likes of Bentancur, 25, 26 years of age. He likes players that are ready. Jed Spence, 21 years old. I think he's due his run, and I think he'll get a run in the Carabao Cup next week. But obviously, very frustrating for the guy. He must think like Emerson Royal, watching him just put in absolute stinker after stinker and not even getting on the bench. That is hard to take for sure. Yeah,
it's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
Finally, I just want to say, bro, thanks for coming on today. Commiserations for your loss. Spurs related, tell the people where they can find you.
No, exactly. No, thanks for having me as well. It's been a great one today. Obviously, hard result today, but I run Spurs related. A few of the lads as well. Spurs related on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But if you guys could come over and sub on YouTube, that'd be great.